Hey, good morning, Bob. Trade Genius, the 30th of June. And I'm going to do quite a few videos this weekend. There's a lot going on, and I kind of want to break them up to help people get some perspective. But I'm going to just talk Friday for a moment here. And this is a 2 hour chart on the ES futures. And we trade the ES with Nadex for our subscribers, and I'm also an ES futures trader. And this is a 2 hour look, and I look at this mostly to help me with direction. And on Thursday we had a thrust up in money flow, and this is a software that we wrote. This is just a proprietary indicator that we created for money flow, created a smoothing effect for it. And so you got this pop up here, but prices were coming down into Thursday, and that was a divergence to keep an eye on. And fortunately I was traveling, so I couldn't trade this, but it was clear to us that that this move here was down at the bottom of our standard deviation ranges, and we were looking for a move higher, and we got it. Money flow was overbought. It's hard time shorting an overbought money flow. That means there's absolutely buying pressure on it. And so what we like to do when we trade binaries, we trade them in the end of the day only. Middle of the day trading binaries is very difficult. You have to be really good and really fast, and just paying attention to that stuff. And I don't like the reversals in it, so you can make a lot of money trading binaries just end of the day, and we do. And so, but from a bigger look here is that we've got a divergence the other way on money flow. That means people weren't hitting the bid anymore. They're starting to be more interested in selling than buying, and then it just basically rolled over the last 2 hours of the day. And so I'll show this more in a SPY chart. But when we trade the binaries, we're always looking at the 3 minute or the 5 minute chart, and you can just see, and it gives me a perspective here for ranges too, is that we are hitting right from the get-go. We were hitting resistance, and we shorted the 2742s, and we felt very confident that those were going to finish true, and they did. And for the month of June, we were 18-2. If you had a $100 portfolio, you would have ended up north of $700 for the month. And this is pretty consistent for us because of what we do and how we look at trading the binary. So if you want to trade with us and you also like cryptos, you have till midnight tonight. I have the cryptos and binaries in one subscription package, and you get a twofer. But it's a nice way to make money, and it's a nice way to learn how to trade futures, and it's a nice way to understand how this market really works. A lot of people really perceive that there's a lot of hocus pocus here, but the markets are absolutely acting rationally, and we understand how the flows and the fades work, and so that's why we do pretty well with the binaries. And then Phil does it with Forex. It's a different approach, and we do this. We have a different methodology for that, but his numbers are even better than mine. So for a year and a half, he has 5 losses, and so that's pretty good. Anything north of 80% win rate, you're going to make a lot of money, and we're well north of 90%. We're very careful, and we only look for the best setups, but they come every day for US 500. Forex, they come a couple times a week. So anyway, I just want to let you guys know on that, and then I want to flip over to the market here a little bit. And here's a look at SPY hourly, and we bought puts on SPY. I've been trading in and out of SPY for the last couple weeks on puts and calls, and like I said, I would have bought calls on on Thursday if I wasn't jumping on an airplane coming back from Maui. But I definitely bought puts on it on Friday, and so I bought the 271s for next Friday. They're already profitable. At the end of the day, I hedged them with Monday 270s. And one thing I've learned, because this market obviously is not going straight down, it's very jumpy, is that when you run diagonals, that's what that trade is called. You know, you're protecting yourself, and then if you have a small account, you know, 25,000, you get the day trading rule. This prevents you from having to day trade and then miss another move the next day. You provided a hedge for your trade, and options for SPY go 3 times a week, so it's pretty good to trade. So I'm in and out of this all the time, and this is my money flow indicator on telecharts. It's a little different methodology. It's weird how nobody has a standard methodology they use. I can't compare the two. Plus, the trading time periods, the lookbacks on Thinkorswim are different than the lookbacks on telechart. But be that as it may, we got triple confirmation here. Moving averages have rolled over. The option signal hit, but the money flow hit first. So again, in SPY, you know, one thing that I personally learned is that I could chase 50 different things, but it just seems to be a waste of my time, and I lose money if I can't really focus. So if you're focusing on 5 or 10 things, and as they set up, you stay with them, you're going to do really, really well, and that's what we do. So I understand SPY very well, and we make money on it all the time. And you know, you can join that room too, and ETF room, and you'll make money trading this with us. And so I also have SPY, and here's my line in the sand. By the way, this is moving average. This is moving average VWAP too, and so this is now in. I'm looking to fade, and until it proves itself to go higher again. And if you take a push back out higher here, I don't know if it'll let me. Here you go. So if it gets down to here, then I think it's getting pushed pretty hard to the downside. But this market is a little freaky right now, and who knows what'll happen. You know, they're withdrawing liquidity, and we have trade wars, and we have games being played, and I think foreign actors would think that Trump would respond to a crashing stock market. So that's why I said just have to be really careful right now. The market's kind of really weird. All right, so I'm going to flip over now to the other area that I like to watch. Well, I'm in the Qs. Okay, I have the 270 puts for July, and I've been selling the 270s against it. So last Friday I did, just past Friday, that finished true for me, so I got the full hedge on that. I did it again, 270s for this Friday, and the reason being is that, you know, we have a trend, but it's a choppy trend once again, and you know, if it gets taken out, it gets taken out. But you know, this is still saying, hey, this might be reversal back up to here, so I'm going to hedge my trade. So my Q trade is profitable as well, and then I also have IWM puts, and I have those unhedged at the moment, and it looks like a weak sister here, and I'm looking for IWM to get down to 160. So I'm just letting this thing play itself out for July. So those are the areas that I'm short the market, and I like to be short ETFs because individual company stocks are just too crazy to try to you know, play any kind of short squeeze. I'd rather be in an index, make a little less money, but be in a position where I can have a little bit more control over the process. Now on the buy side, is everybody knows I've been long silver miners, and I'm going to show you dust because I'm going to show you another trade opportunity here. So whenever these triples get just stretched above the moving average or stretched above moving VWAP, which this is and has been, is that you need to go ahead and buy puts on it, no matter what it is, and because just the nature of the slippage will bring it back down. and we finally had a break on it today. And so we have dust puts. We've had dust puts. Last month in June, I had dust puts, and it was a total bust. Couldn't get it to move. But going into July, we're going into seasonals. This trade's already profitable for me, and I'm expecting a lot more out of the miners in the month of July. If you look at GDX, okay, GDX broke over the moving average and the VWAP, and now I'm looking for that trend to change. And my favorite proxy for this is First Majestic, and First Majestics had just been doing very well. You know, they had this run up here. This is what fooled me, last month on GDX and Dust, and it brought it back, but they really couldn't really sell it off, and now it's pushing up higher. It's just been doing really well the whole year. And let me just zoom out to the daily. Look at this chart. Okay, that is a thing of beauty. You tell me that people aren't accumulating. And right here, so here's the nice little cup, broke down, handle. This thing gets back over this line right here. You're talking, $5 to $8. You're talking $11. That's why people always ask me what my target is. I said my target double digit on AG, and I'm fully expecting that to play itself out. So anyway, just to start, I'm going to talk about a few other things here in a couple hours, but we're running our specials to the end of the month. If you want to join us for trading, we're definitely in Armageddon mode. The indexes, I think, are rolling over. I think the FANGs are in trouble. I think money's moving into commodities, but they're moving into the precious metals. And oil is a beast unto itself. Right now, there's some big actors playing there. It's a difficult market. To speculate in, because the reversals can happen overnight. I'm expecting oil to go down Monday because the Saudis are jawboning now with the Americans, and if that jawboning fails, then oil could go up another $10. So it's just a beast to ride. And if you want to trade oil, you're better off trading it in the futures market intraday. You can make money on that, but otherwise I stay away, and I just want to focus on the precious metals long, and the index is short. So anyway, I'll come back to you guys. I'm going to show you a few tricks on setups here later this weekend. But thanks for listening, and have a great day. Bye bye.